My name is Rolando Garza III, and I am a chef slash owner at Cool Beans Eatery. Cool Beans has been open since 2014. I went vegan about 7 years ago, and food has been a big passion in my life. My family and food was like hand in hand, you know what I mean? Every family activity was around food, so food was very big passion in my life. When I gave up the meat, I felt like I was giving up a lot of my heritage when it comes to the food. And so I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel like I lost my heritage. I felt like I was being true to myself and true to what my ancestors had led me to be here. They worked their butts off to get me here. And now that I'm here with my education or with what I've learned and what I best see fit, this is what I think is the best choice. So to honor them, I felt like I needed to make that culture and the veganism or the plant-based collide. You know, like being a Hispanic, you're always like, how Mexican are you? Do you speak Spanish? See. Do you know, like, but you speak it well? No, you speak it like you're from America or whatever, you know, so you're always getting tested on your culture. So when I talked about like I don't eat meat anymore or at the barbecues, I'm like, thank you. This was your favorite, cabrito en sangre, you know. That's a goat cooked in blood, you know, and I'm like, oh no, thank you, you know, and they're like, but you used to always love this. So you know, they're like, how can you not eat meat? How can you, you know, sometimes I've even said like, how are you Mexican and not eat meat? And it's like, it is interesting how that culture and the food have to do with each other. So my mission was to make it the same, you know, like we're gonna make plant-based food, but you know, we're gonna make it, you know, with the Mexican recipes that my grandma used to use to make her pork. When I started, you know, making food, I always make food, a lot of food, you know, share it with my friends. That's how I was raised. So, you know, my friends were the ones that would be like, hey, you should open up a restaurant. You should get into the food scene. And, you know, I was like, in my head, I had just graduated college. I had business. So I knew I wanted to be in business, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I did want to do something that influenced the world in a positive way, in a way that aligned with my ethics and my ethos. And so this was something that kind of checked off a lot of those criteria. So yeah, my friends just kept pushing me to do that. Culinary school was about 30 grand. The food truck was about 30 grand. I just went for it. We go a little extra with everything. You know, the spices that we use for the fajita mushrooms, we make those spice blend ourselves in-house. So, you know, from the spices to the sauces, the marinades, we make those things in-house. Signature recipes, a lot of them are heavily influenced by my grandma and by my nana that raised me. You know, I call them all the time and say, you know, hey, how'd you guys used to make this? And then they give me the lowdown. And so that's inspired by that. You know, a lot of other people kind of take shortcuts. We make our own tortillas, our corn tortillas in-house. So, you know, no other vegan spot in town makes their own tortillas. So those little things really differentiate us from the other people. It's those little extra steps that we take in ensuring the quality is just a little bit better. I would say that right now the most popular taco, the one that people come all the time for, is our native taco, which is our pastor. It's our version of al pastor. We make it with soy curls and we marinate the curls with the sauce that we make in-house. We make them from dried chiles, pineapple, and, you know, spices, and we blend all that together and we marinate that for, you know, at least a couple hours to penetrate that flavor. And the recipe for the al pastor sauce that we make, it goes back hundreds of years. You know what I mean? This is how they've been making it since the Aztec times, since the Mayan times. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, when it comes to the al pastor specifically, they use like store-bought achote paste, for example, and that has a lot of dye in it. So the red color is not real. It's like, it's a fake artificial red. But we make our stuff in-house. So our red is actually the red from the chiles, from the annatto seeds and stuff like that. So it's vibrant and the color matches the flavor in intensity. I feel since I opened in 2014, I feel like the vegan scene is just exploding. I think that Cool Beans, we got our foot in the door right before the whole wave came in. So I've talked to certain people in the community, and they're like, oh yeah, kind of Cool Beans is like more of a staple, you know, before all these other new people started coming in. And so I feel happy that we got in at the time that we got in. At the same time, it is interesting to see all the other people popping up. It's very, it influences me, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like that we're doing something that is affecting the world. I think when it comes to Cool Beans, I want people to feel the vibe of like, you know, you're our main customers. They're seeking us out. They understand what veganism is, or how it is to go vegan, how it is to feel like you're giving up certain things, and I think Cool Beans kind of alleviates that and say, you know what, I don't have to sacrifice flavor, I don't have to sacrifice my traditions, I don't have to sacrifice, you know, that meaty flavor, texture, bite that I want from a taco. You know, I don't want a carrot taco, you know, I want a meaty taco, and that's something that you can get here at Cool Beans. You know, that's what we provide, is that feel and that vibe. And that vibe of understanding, like, we got you, fam. Like, we know you don't want to eat that meat. We got you. This is what you want. We got it right here for you.